These are the best moments where rude cops got owned and humiliated. Let's begin. Okay, so this gentleman heard some noise outside of his home and realized that it was police officers who had helped themselves through his side gate and onto his property. He was anything but polite about the situation when he ran out there recording them, demanding all of their information and stating that they can't just help themselves onto his property considering they don't have a warrant. He then got right in their faces and very confrontational with them, so let's have a look.
These guys come on our property without permission, open our side gates. Are you serious? I want your details. 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 Give me your details. I want your details. I want your details. Why you come on my property, open my side gate, and then come in my property without permission?
Jason?
I want your property. That's not my name. I want your details. Give me your details now.
My name is Constable Barnett, and I'm from Hornsby Police Station.
Yeah, Hornsby Police Station. And yours?
My name is Constable Seal.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's true, is it? And who gives you the right to come on our property without ringing the doorbell?
Hey, Jason.
Who gives you the right to come on my property? Who gives you the right?
See you, Jason.
You idiots.
This off-duty sergeant came up to this random person working and started confronting him and accusing him of all sorts of things. It was then that this gentleman started recording this off-duty sergeant and flipped the switch when he started accusing this sergeant. He asked if he could search the sergeant's vehicle and started clowning on him when he was belittling him and saying all sorts of things to him. Eventually, this off-duty sergeant was so sick of the questioning by this random civilian that he ended up driving away. Let's have a look.
What do you got in the car? You don't have any drugs? Do you have any drugs or anything in the car, sir?
Do you want to search the car?
Yeah, you want me to search the car? I'm alright. I'm not gonna search the car.
Like that?
Huh? If you want to give me consent to search your car, that's fine.
Are you a law enforcement officer?
I'm asking
Are you saying that?
But I mean, if you give me consent, do I have to be? You're the one that came up to me.
Because I work here, partner.
I don't care. So go to work.
Do you work here?
So
what are
go
you
to
doing
work.
here?
So go to work.
Videotaping?
Go to work.
I am working.
What's your name? So you're
Sergeant
working.
Lomangino.
What?
Sergeant Lomangino.
Sergeant Loman Gino. Badge number?
1363.
1363.
What's your name, sir?
I'm not gonna
You're not
give
going
it.
to tell?
No.
I know. I didn't think you were going
I'm not
to.
going to. No. No.
Nothing
That's
else?
cool. What are you working on? What are you working on, Loman?
Got nothing else to do, huh?
Obviously, you have nothing else to do. So you sure you don't have nothing illegal in the car? You have weapons?
I do have a weapon.
Oh, you have a weapon. Is this your personal car, Loman, or is this a taxpayer car?
You have to run the registration. You'll find out.
Is this personal or taxpayer? It looks like a taxpayer. You don't pay for this, right? This don't come out of your 170 a year, right?
Why not?
I
Run the
don't think
registration.
so.
It's right there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Drive away. You don't work in this little parking spot right here. Talking to me. See ya. Kick rocks. Kick rocks. Yeah, kick rocks. Get to work.
This police officer went up to this gentleman and demanded his information and ID. The gentleman knew the law though and knew he didn't have to hand anything over, so he denied the information to the officer. The officer then stated that he was being placed under arrest and tried to detain him, only for the gentleman to make a quick getaway and literally run away. That's when the officer ran after him, but his sergeant stopped him, stating that he legally didn't have to provide any identification and put this out of order cop in his place when he had to remind him what the law is. Let's have a look.
I need your ID also, please, sir. Okay, I'm going to place you under arrest then.
You're not placing me under arrest.
Come here.
You have no right to ask for any.
Come here. All right. Taser. Got it. Go. He is under arrest. He's under arrest.
For what?
For trespassing and for disorderly conduct.
Public property.
Not disorderly.
When he's in front of the business, yelling at everybody.
That's not public property.
It says
Freedom of speech.
You want to know why? Because cops like you keep.
Relax.
He refused to give me his ID, which he's required to do.
For what?
so I could issue him a citation for trespassing.
It's not trespassing.
This gentleman was inside of a courthouse when he was told to stop recording. This gentleman actually knew his rights though and went up to the sergeant and asked if it was legal for him to record, which he agreed it was, so this gentleman decided to stick a camera into all of the officers' faces. He then went off with them for several minutes stating all sorts of things and how he can get away with this and just belittling these officers because he could. He then ended up going through the law and started schooling these officers on it, which they didn't know and he did, leaving them completely speechless and humiliated. Let's have a look.
Hey guys, we're live at the Indian River County Courthouse with the greatest lieutenant. Lieutenant, am I allowed to record right here?
You are. It's a public area.
Okay, is it okay to record any deputy that I want?
It is legal, yes.
It is legal. Look, it's Lacey. Hey, Lacey. Remember when you falsely arrested me? How you doing? Remember when those charges got dropped? Look at you with stripes. What are you now? Corporal Lacey? Look at that, guys. It's Corporal Lacey Thomas of the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. See, Miss Lacey back in the day had me arrested, and when she accidentally sent the wrong information to the state attorney's office, the case got dropped. Lacey, back to school you go, huh? Aw, you're so quiet today. Silence of the lambs. But out of respect for this great lieutenant, I'm gonna go about to my day. Look at this guy. Are you the only lieutenant here?
I think I'm the only lieutenant in the building today.
Only one in the building. This is a great guy. Customer service every time I come in here. Lieutenant, I think Harrington, right, sir?
That's correct.
Lieutenant Harrington. So before we bid that Lacey farewell, Lacey, do you have anything to say to the fine folks on the end corruption of Indian River County? Do I get an apology for my false arrest? Nothing? Lacey. Right into the mic. You don't want to talk to the mic? No? Do you always use your dash camera at all times, per policy? Because I pulled some of your videos, Miss Thomas, and it seems like you don't adhere to policy. Lacey.
This gentleman found himself in an argument with the law when they believed that he was driving without a seatbelt on when in fact he believes he was. He then started laughing at this police officer refusing to sign the forms and gave this guy a very hard time because he believes he was in the right when the officer believes he wasn't. The officer then became quite agitated because he wouldn't sign the documentation, and all the gentleman kept doing was laughing repeatedly at this officer and trying to make a fool out of him. Let's have a look.
All right, Mr. Warren, what I have here is a citation, okay? It's going to be for what we discussed, the
Yeah.
seatbelt, okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
What I've done is I've assigned you a court date of 20 August at 10
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning if
Yeah.
you choose to appear in court.
Yeah.
If not, you have up until
Yeah.
that date to
Yeah, I
comply
got
with
you.
the citation.
I hear you loud and clear.
What I'm going to ask you to do is sign the bottom of this by signing it is not admission of guilt, it's just stating that you have in fact received the citation.
Hey, nah, man, I
and
have my
promise to-
seatbelt on.
And comply
You
or
can
appear
try
in
that,
court.
my
Okay.
seatbelt on.
Okay.
So what?
Are you refusing to sign?
Do I have to sign it?
I'm giving you the option to sign it. Are you refusing?
Do I have to sign it? If I don't sign it, will I go to jail?
Are you refusing to sign it?
If I don't sign it, will I go to jail?
No.
Are you sure?
What did I just say?
So if I don't sign it, you will not pull me out this car and take me to jail?
That is correct.
You will not issue a warrant out later so they can take me to jail later?
If you do not comply with the citation or appear in court
Boy,
on
your
the
breath
assigned
stink
date,
like man on my mama.
you will have a warrant.
Alright, man, give me man.
This gentleman was outside of a police station and he was recording it as well. A police officer thought that this was quite suspicious and decided to come over and confront him and demanded his information, which this recordee didn't hand over because he knew his rights. The officer then became quite confused about the situation because he didn't know how to get this gentleman to identify himself, so he ended up calling several police officers over. The gentleman didn't budge though and did not get intimidated when he held his ground and stated that he wouldn't be handing the information over and started schooling these officers on the law. Let's have a look.
I'm alright, brother. How's it going?
No, thank you.
All right, can we see your IDs?
Let me see your ID.
Sergeant Christian Rogers.
No, your ID with your address and all that on
Okay,
there.
my CRD.
So what you want to see my ID for?
Filming our police station. Yes, your ID.
Is that against the law?
Officer Rogers.
That's against the law? What law is it against?
Officer
CRD.
Because I thought
I'm
Florida...
identifying you,
Get
sir.
your
I thought, I thought Florida Penal Code 901.151 states the only time I must present ID to you is when I'm in the commission of a crime, about to commit a crime, or have committed a crime.
So right
That's
now,
Florida
I'm
Penal Code
conducting a criminal
901.1.
investigation
Well,
because
go
you're
ahead and
filming
investigate.
I don't have to
the-
investigate. I don't have to
Trying to see your
communicate.
ID.
No, you're not saying my ID.
Yes, I do. I need
No.
your ID.
Not until you can tell me what crime.
The back of a secure.
What crime have I committed?
Can be seen from public. Absolutely.
Right. So what crime
I
have?
just want to know why you guys are filming it.
None of your business. None of your business.
You know what? That's not even necessary. If you want to know why we're filming it, I just told you.
You're not saying my ID.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so that's fine.
I'd like to identify you guys. Look,
You don't need to identify me. Who are you?
Sir, yes, I do. I got you.
You would like to
Well,
identify.
I'm going to identify you.
No,
right now.
you're going to violate my rights to do
How
so.
am I violating your rights by
But because Florida Penal Code 901.151 states that the only time I need to give you my ID is when I'm committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime. So what you need to do is give me reasonable, articulable suspicion that I'm breaking the law. That's not, the Supreme Court room photography in itself is not a crime. And this is a governmental facility, and I have every right to come out and record you guys in the course of your duties. So what crime am I breaking?
You're filming in the back of a police.
You said that 5 times. You don't need to know. Who are you?
The Supreme Court is over you, buddy.
This gentleman heard a loud noise only to realize that it was police officers breaking down his dorm door to get in to illegally enter his property and search the premise. They believed that he had some illicit items in the property which he did not, and then these officers stated that they can do whatever they want, which they can't. This student ended up schooling them when he told them that they couldn't search his premise and he wouldn't open doors for them, leaving them stumped and without any illicit items. Let's have a look.
You can't come in my room.
I can come in your room.
No, you can't.
Because I'm a university administrator.
Nice.
Stud.
Stud. I'm such a
Back
stud.
off. Back off.
Nah, you guys can't come
Back
in my
off.
room.
Back
Get
off.
out of my room.
Where's the alcohol? Don't touch me.
Why don't you find the alcohol? Because there is no alcohol.
Hey, throw it out
Open
the
the
window.
fridge.
Why don't you open the fridge? Because you can't without
can't.
my consent.
Oh, yeah?
Nice, nice.
There's no Fourth Amendment.
Oh, dude! Whoa! Look at that. Look at all that. Look at all those branch dressing. Did you see the branch dressing there? There's oh my God! It's a sweatpants. It's sweatpants. Oh, dude. Oh, now they realize that they're being on camera, and now they're leaving.
Listen, no,
nice.
I'm not leaving.
Let's look at this guy.
What I'm telling you right now.
He's 45 years old. He has braces. He's a loser. All these guys are losers.
The police had to attend this small collision between these two people when this lady was not happy that the officer sided with the other person's story and believed that this other lady was the person who caused the incident. This lady was not happy that the officer blamed her for the incident and tried to prove that it was the other party, which wasn't going to happen. She then started harassing this police officer and making all sorts of claims, and even stated that this officer must only be siding with the other person because of her nationality. Let's have a look.
Mistaken it?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Here. This is where my damage is. This is where my damage is. Did you see this? And this is where his damage is.
Yeah, I saw his damage.
Okay, but you didn't see my damage.
I saw that, but then how did you get that?
How did I get what?
This.
What are you talking about?
Is that already there?
What are you talking about?
That. Was it already
Show
there?
me what you're talking. Point to what you're talking about.
This.
Ma'am,
already
really?
there?
What are you talking about? What
I'm just asking if it's already there.
Now, be honest. You know that's not. What do you see? What do you see? Tell me what you see.
I'm just asking if this damage was already there. I don't
see
understand
it,
why you have
honestly.
an attitude with me right now.
No, because I don't think you're being fair.
Okay.
Now, there is absolutely no damage here.
Okay.
Now, you can clearly see there's no damage on this car. But you can see where
I can see his damage. I saw
exactly.
that, and then that.
No, you didn't see that.
Thanks for watching, guys, and if you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on.